Somebody submitted this one to me and said, what do you know about gout?
I don't know anything about gout.
I guess I'll tee that one up to me. What is gout? Gout is a form of arthritis that tends to accumulate in the joints of, particularly people know it as the big toe, sometimes the thumbs and stuff. It stems from an accumulation of uric acid crystals in the joint that cause this painful gouty arthritis. I think the myth out there is that it's associated with a high red meat intake. The research shows that that's not the case. So uric acid is created as a byproduct, a breakdown product from purines. 18 million years ago, the primates in our line of evolution had a uricase enzyme, and we lost that enzyme, the uricase mutation. Elevated uric acid comes from mostly the metabolism of fructose in the liver. Fructose causes a turnover of ATP, the energy molecule of the cell, adenosine triphosphate. When the 3 phosphates break off and what's left is adenosine, that gets broken down into uric acid. That's one of the purines. So in the modern world, when we eat a fucking ton of sugar is glucose and fructose stuck together, or worse and more so in the US, high fructose corn syrup, which is just unbound fructose. The liver has to deal with all that. It causes this rapid turnover of ATP. When ATP has been used up, it can go down one of 2 pathways. It can get recharged or rebuilt, or it can get broken down and excreted. When we go too much down the pathway of getting broken down and excreted, we create a ton of uric acid. We don't have the enzyme to break it down, so it needs to get excreted. There's a maximum amount of organic acid transporters in the kidney that can excrete it. If that gets exceeded, this excess uric acid builds up, and it's left floating around to accumulate in the soft tissues and of your joints in the connective tissue.
Right.
It's also associated with the breakdown of yeast from things like beer and too much bread. So beer, bread, fructose are the major contributors to elevated uric acid. Uric acid can also go up when you first start a ketogenic diet. So beta-hydroxybutyrate is an organic acid. And when it's getting excreted rather than used by the tissues until they upregulate their ability to metabolize those ketone bodies, those are also needing to get excreted, and they're competing with uric acid. So sometimes people can have a gout flare when they first start a ketogenic diet, which is, we would understand why that happens. There are medications people will take when they have gout to break down the excess uric acid. So this person that was asking had been having some painful joint issues, but this is a person, and the first thing I said was, have you had your uric acid levels tested? And I would put money on they would not have elevated uric acid. Usually you would see that associated with really poor diet, therefore metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes and poor liver and kidney function. This is a healthy person with an otherwise good diet. So it's probably related to something else. But in answer to the question, what do I know about gout?
That's it.
That's it.